Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is me, D Wood, looking real cute and colorful. But before we jump into anything, girl, be sure that you are subscribed, okay? We are gonna be playing in a lot of new goodies today, so if you're curious to see what products I use to get this look, then stay tuned. All right, so as you guys can see, I've already done this eye. I still have like one more step to do. I just kind of want to go over my lash band to hide the glue. It might dry down, but if it doesn't, I'm gonna have to go back over it. But anyway, I was in my color eyeshadow bag today because Juvia's Place sent your girl some PR. They sent me over the Culture 2 palette. They also sent me 5 of their liquid luminizers. Today, I might possibly be using the shades Egyptian Glow and Starstruck, but we'll get to this a little bit later. They also sent your girl all of the liquid blushes. So today I'll be using this one. We'll get into this a little bit later. Y'all already know I like these, so I'm excited for that. And then they also sent your girl over all of the powder blushes. I'm not really sure which colors I'll be using today because the face is not even done, but we're gonna get to that a little later. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little briefing before I jumped in because I'm coming in hot. The first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is prime this eye. Now, ideally, I would prefer if I had something like an eyeshadow base that had like some pigment to it, but I don't really have that in my personal makeup kit. So we're gonna use concealer and then a primer on top of it. That probably was a little bit too much, but we'll see. Because you don't want it to kind of cake up. Like I did this eye about 20 minutes ago and there's no creasing or anything in it. Alrighty, so because I'm using colorful eyeshadow, I want something with a little bit more pigment to it so that the colors will stand out a bit better. Girl, I'm stuttering. It's pretty much dry. Like as soon as I blended this out, because I didn't use a lot, it's pretty much dry. So I'm gonna go ahead over it with a good amount of eyeshadow base. Girl, why can't I talk today? A good amount of eyeshadow base, and I'm putting this all over because like I said, I do not want my shadows to crease up. So you really don't want to start blending over this until it's completely dry. So in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna show y'all what colors we're gonna be using out of this Culture 2 palette. So this is the palette. It's so pretty, and I just feel like because I've been rocking colorful hair lately, this is just giving. It's life. Ugh. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I started off with this color here and I realized I needed something a little bit deeper, something a little bit more rich. So I added this color into it. So that's what I'm going to be using in my crease. So let's go ahead and do that. This is my first time ever using Juvia's Place colored eyeshadows. Like normally I just stick within my Warrior 2 palette. I have repurchased that palette probably maybe 4 or 5 times. So as you guys can see, I'm mixing the shades now. Can you see right here where I just placed my brush? That is the 2 colors that I just showed y'all mixed. So you see how it just kind of gives it a little bit more depth for my skin tone and what I'm trying to use this for. I felt like that was just my best bet. And anytime I'm working with colorful eyeshadows, I like to look straight into my mirror to see how high the color is going up and what it's gonna look like when I'm actually looking straight ahead. All right, so for my outer color corner, color, I'm mixing together this shade right here and this blue shade because I wanted something a bit more teal. Because I don't know if y'all can see, but I put a blue liner down here and I didn't want this to be too green and I didn't want it to be too blue because then you wouldn't be able to tell that this is blue liner down here, if that makes sense. So I'm mixing those 2 together. And it's okay to make a mess out here because we're gonna clean it up. Whenever I'm doing colorful eyeshadow, this eye is always the eye that gives me trouble. Because first of all, I feel like my eye shape is not like the ideal eye shape for colors and like intricate eyeshadow placement and stuff like that. So it's always hard for me to do this eye. I also did line my lash line with the same color combo. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because why not? The shape is definitely a little bit different on this side, but I'm not about to get stuck on stupid. We about to move on. I am gonna add just a little bit more pigment just to kind of see if I can fix the shape. But girl, if not, we moving on. For the lid color, can you guys tell that this color is different than this color? These are two separate colors. So I started off with this color here, and then this color is in the inner corner. Oh wait, you can't even see. This color is in the inner corner. With colors like this, I have to be careful. Like I said, my eye shape is just not like the ideal eye shape for color and stuff like that. So again, I always like to make sure that I'm looking straight ahead and not down all the time, because you can bring this up way too high on accident. And then for the inner corner, I'm gonna take that shade that I showed you guys. It's gonna go right in the inner. Let's go ahead and do this blue liner on the bottom. This liner is called Urban Decay Chaos. I actually really like this liner, but I have not picked it up in so long, almost a year actually. For now, we're gonna leave it, and I'm gonna pop a lash on to this side. I'm gonna do mascara, a lash, and then we're gonna move on to the face. And it literally just started thundering. What the heck? I ain't even see no thunder in the forecast, girl, as soon as I start recording. So for primer, I'm gonna go in with the Bobbi Brown, what is this stuff called again? Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I've been loving this. I've been using it as moisturizer, which you can, like on an everyday basis. I know you guys haven't seen me use this in a while. The Makeup Revolution Super Dewy Primer. I love this stuff. If you have dry skin, you'll love this. It literally is what it says. It's super dewy. Like, look at this. Let's move on to some foundation. I kind of want to speed through this so that I could just show y'all the important stuff. Actually, before we jump into that, I forgot to tell y'all that I have some new makeup brushes. These brushes are from Moda Brushes. They also sent me over a PR package. I think this was my second PR package with them. And I just thought these brushes were so cute. Let me show y'all. Look how cute these are. Like, I guess I've just been into color a lot lately because my hair. So which one is this called? This is called the BMX 180 Buffer. I'm gonna use this today for my foundation. That did a fantastic job of blending in my foundation. Okay, so I decided to do a little bronzer, but girl, I guess I've been in the sun this summer. I have been to the pool a bit, maybe like 3 times this summer. So your girl done got a little tan. So my typical bronzer shade that I chose, which is Thread Beauty 190 Rich Brown Neutral, girl, it ain't bronzing nothing. Can y'all see any bronze? Because I don't see no bronze. So for blush, I'm gonna be doing Pink Lady from Juvia's Place, the new liquid blushes. This shade was a shade that I originally wanted, but my store was sold out. So I'm so happy that they sent it to me, because I probably was gonna never be able to get my hands on this. Alrighty, so I definitely learned my lesson the first time I tried this blush. We just gonna start off with a little bit. And girl, do y'all hear that out there? Yes, I made a really good choice with the eyes, the combo on the eyes. That is so pretty, y'all. Ugh, I'm happy. I don't mind this going all underneath my eye because it's gonna get blended right over with concealer. And I actually kind of like that look when everything is kind of just like melting into each other and you can't really see where one thing ends and the other begins. I like that look. I'm not really like a harsh line type of girl. Let's move on to some concealer. I've been loving doing this technique lately versus just using my concealer straight out of the tube, which this is how I apply foundation and stuff like that on my clients anyway. But when I do my makeup, it's not professional. Like, I'm just throwing on. now, to be honest. And just having fun, not thinking too much about it, but it definitely makes a difference. I feel like working in thin layers is a lot better than putting the concealer on and then letting it dry. This concealer actually dries kind of fast if you do thin layers, which I like. So I've been doing that a lot lately whenever I pick this concealer up. I'm gonna use another one of these really pretty Moda brushes to blend all this out. Let's go ahead and do this, girl. I'm talking way too much. What is this brush called? The BMX 265 Glow. So I'm assuming this is a highlighter brush, but we're using it for a concealer. See how that concealer blends out a lot better when you use a thin layer and let it dry? Y'all, it is pouring down raining. Rain or no rain, we was gonna film today anyway. I'm using this same brush that I use for my concealer to set the concealer. Y'all already know what powder this is. This is the Juvia's Place foundation powder in the shade Havana. Sometimes I want like a really, really bright under eye. And I just feel like if I had a brighter version of this, I wouldn't have to go over my under eye with like another powder. All right, so really quickly, I'm just excited to get to these powder blushes. So I'm using the Sephora Micro Smooth powder just to set the whole entire face. I am gonna do a little baking because I want the blush to kind of just like blend into my bake. This powder right here, I've been loving it. It's HD Flawless Setting Powder from Absolute New York. Girl, do that sound familiar? It's from the beauty supply store, but this is honestly my current favorite setting powder. And this came to me as a recommendation, and that's how I discovered it. Shania recommended this to me. And I was like, really? And girl, I done bought 2 already. It's so lightweight, and it actually isn't that mattifying. So it really doesn't leave you looking crispy and crunchy underneath the eye or wherever you're gonna bake. It actually don't do that. Alrighty, so it's time for blush. And y'all know I'm a blush and bronzer whore, so it wouldn't be like me if I wasn't indecisive. I have volume 3 and volume 4. Shout out to you, Juvia. You ain't have to do this, Juvia. You ain't have to do this, girl. This is volume 3. Of course, I'm drawn to this. Y'all already know what volume 4 looks like. The 2 hot pinks, of course. Those 2 pinks together. I could do that, right? I'm gonna start off with this light pink. And I know you're probably thinking like, what the heck? But I just feel like with the eyes, it's gonna do what I need it to do, I think. So I'm gonna mid-tone blush with this. It's giving casket ready. I just played myself. Hold on. Now I'm gonna do the darker one, and this is what's actually, I guess, gonna be my blush color. Girl. That pigment though. That blush is something else. Ugh. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this hot pink, and this I'm gonna kind of use like as a contour. That looks so good. Okay, wow, I love this. I'm gonna take a little bit of that hot pink and just pop it on the tip of my nose. We need to spray the face down. Okay. Lord Jesus. Okay, so while the face is drying down, I'm gonna decide on a lip combo. Right now I'm starting with the Lip Bars Straight Living Liner. Once this liner dries down, it don't budge. So make sure you blend it out before it dries, because once it's dry, you're done for. Now it's time to choose which color highlighter. I don't think I want to go gold, because I just think the gold won't match. So let's try Starstruck, which looks like this. Super freaking pretty. Let me swatch it for y'all. So this is like kind of silvery and gold at the same time, but when it's blended out, this is what it looks like. Oh, that's pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit more. a little more oomph. I feel like this will give it to me. Alright guys, so this is the finished makeup look. I love it. I rarely play in color, so when I do, my mind be blown, okay? And then with the hair, I love it. Today was a really fun day, just playing in all these new goodies. Thank you guys so much for tuning in once again. If you are not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave me a blue and a purple heart emoji in the comments. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video.